What's up, everybody? Hola.
Guys, we will be utilizing mics again, so if you have a question, please raise your hand.
Yeah, Coach, just talk about Corliss, how he did the other day. It looked like he started off with some lower punts.
Yeah, that was probably one of his worst performances of the year. And I hate to keep using this as a factor because I don't like to use excuses. But the wind obviously was a factor out there. I know it didn't show necessarily for those guys, but they're used to playing in that stadium. The wind hung his ball up, and we had some low hang times. Me and Corliss talked. We had to have a plan, whether he wants to flip those balls, whether he wants to liner those balls. We have to get further distance down the field. We have to have distance, hanging location. He knows that in order for us to cover those punts.
You identified Tyree Cleveland as a core special team earlier this year. So, what went into the decision to part ways with him? How had he been doing on special teams?
Yeah, I know Coach Hackett hit on this. We have some issues with our roster. It's a fluid deal where guys are in and out. We appreciate everything that Tyree has done for us. He is a core special teams player. He did a good job for the role he was asked to do. Things happen. It's part of the business. Hopefully, we have him at some point in time.
Hey, Coach, over here to your right. How would you evaluate Montrell Washington's performance, I guess, of late?
Yeah, I think it's he's overthinking things, to be completely honest. We talked about the inside the 20 punts, and he knows that he can't go catch the ball on the 5-yard line, 4-yard line. I think that played a factor in some of his decisions on Sunday. A couple of those balls that were the punter was backed up and they punted the ball down the field. Some of those balls he could have caught, especially the ball that hits on the 13-yard line, etc. Again, me and Montrell had a conversation. We're watching film together. We're trying to grow and get better together. He is a young guy. He doesn't have a lot of experience. And again, I'm not going to make that as an excuse. He has to do his job. And that's my job to get him right. And that's what I'm working on, getting him right.
Do you feel good about that time y'all spend together in his
Absolutely. Like I told you before, I'm a big fan of Montrell. I know what he can bring to the table. I know that he needs to get back. And this is what I told him in the meeting. You need to get back to playing fast and free. Stop overthinking things. Stop worrying about making mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. We can correct those and move on. But you can't overthink things and say, if I mess this up, Coach Stukes will be mad or Coach Hackett will be mad or whoever will be mad. Just play football like you're used to playing your whole life.
I was going to ask about the one that hit on the 13 that he
should have caught it, just like I just said. He should have caught it 100%.
So is it just with him, how do you help a young guy slow down?
He has to have awareness of where he is on the field also, right? If a guy's backed up and he bombs the ball 50, 55 yards down the field, I think it's okay to take a peek to see where you are. Not necessarily look down and say, I'm on the 13-yard line, I can catch this. But have some type of awareness, field awareness. Okay, I started off on the 20-yard line. This punt took me back 10 yards. This is where I feel like I am, and I can return this, especially if a guy outkicks his coverage and the gunners are not immediately down in his face. He absolutely should return that punt. Obviously, it's a growing process for him. Coming from Sanford, he's the main guy as far as the returner. And again, I'm doing my best to get him right, and he's doing his best to do the best job that he can do for us as a team.
Coach, without Tyree Cleveland here, who do you look to step up, not just in his place, but as a core special teamer?
I think it has to be a group effort, to be honest with you. Obviously, Coach mentioned, I just heard him talking about the younger receivers that are going to step up. Jalen might have to play a role. Brandon Johnson might have to play a role. We're actually losing guys left and right because a lot of our core special teams players are now starting on offense and defense. Alex Singleton, PJ started last week. So it's just really a situation where guys have to step up, and it's the next man up mentality. They're all here for a reason. They get paid for a reason, and that's to perform. Whatever you're asked to do, you should go out there and do to the best of your ability to help our team win a game.
Coach, is it crazy just to use a vet back there to take punts back? Even more core offensive player or defensive player to ensure the right thing gets done more often?
Do you have a suggestion on who we should use, just so I know?
Sure, Patrick Surtain.
Patrick Surtain. So if he goes back there and gets hurt, who do you think will be in trouble, myself or you? For suggesting that? Thank you for getting me off the hook.
Just to keep the conversation going, Deion Sanders did a pretty good job with it. There's been other players throughout the years that have done it.
Deion Sanders did it his whole career, though, correct? Patrick hasn't done in his whole career. And to put a guy back there who's our starting receiver, to put him in harm's way, that would be idiotic by me. Now, if you said we can put Kendall Hinton back there or someone of that sort, absolutely. But is Kendall as explosive as Montrell? There's no disrespect to Kendall. Kendall is a very good athlete. He can catch the ball. He has good returner mechanics, etc. We want an explosive guy back there. We feel like Montrell gives us the best chance for explosive returns. That's why he's back there. There's going to be some growing pains, just like there's growing pains with Corliss. I knew that when we drafted him. I signed up for this. It's my job to get him right, and that's what I'm going to do.
Coach Stukes, thank you.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good day.